Competitive Manpower International Limited is recruiting delivery riders in the United Arab Emirates. If you have a passion for the road and a desire to work in a fast-paced environment, then this is your chance. Don't wait. Send your applications to competitivemanpower@gmail.com. Want to apply in person? Visit our offices at Kiko Road behind the Casa Hotel, KCB River Road, Nairobi. For more details, call us now on 0721 506627 or 0733 392180. Act. First opportunities are limited. Secure your spot today and start your journey as a delivery rider in the United Arab Emirates. Looking to build a better future in the Gulf? Exciting job opportunities in Saudi Arabia for Kenyans. Competitive Manpower International Limited is currently recruiting for a wide range of skilled and semi-skilled positions. We are now hiring helpers for 1,200 Saudi riyals, steel fixers at 1,500 Saudi riyals, shuttering carpenters at 1,500 Saudi riyals, masons at 1,500 Saudi riyals, charge hands at 1,500 Saudi riyals, foremen at 1,800 Saudi riyals, scaffolders at 1,200 Saudi riyals, welders at 1,500 Saudi riyals, and plumbers at 1,500 Saudi riyals. Call us today on 020-222-4844 or 0721-506627 or 0733 392180.
Welcome all, good evening and welcome to 9 p.m. Bulletin Tonight. We bring you the latest developments from government, politics and business. Stay with us for stories and more. I am Patricia ALWANGA and I'll be taking you through as we bring you a comprehensive look at the day's most important news. Let's have the highlights.
And know that it's only through the ballot that they will change the political leadership.
I, Aden Abdi Mila,
Ahmed Abdisalan Ibrahim,
committed to my secrecy
functions of Principal Secretary.
Tonight, new cabinet secretaries officially take respective offices after their swearing in. The National Assembly formally approves the PS for Broadcasting and Telecommunications, Stephen Isaboke.
Because the president to uphold the constitution the way he said, I would like the TSC to do its mandate without interference.
Cries for unemployed P1 teachers for equitable opportunities.
Of this country.
And on our first development story tonight on the government sector, today at State House, Nairobi, President William Ruto presided over the swearing-in ceremony of two new appointed cabinet secretaries. The two new secretaries taking their oath of office today are Geoffrey Ruku, who assumes the role of Cabinet Secretary of Public Service, Human Resource Development, and Hannah Cheptumo, now the Cabinet Secretary for Gender, Culture and Heritage. Audrey Cherotich has the story.
As ministers and principal secretaries were officially sworn in State House, Nairobi, President William Ruto urged the new leaders to fully commit themselves to the people, to serve them with integrity, and to advance the government's agenda with diligence.
You can only afford a brief pause before plunging into the deep end of public affairs, where scrutiny is rigorous, relentless, and unforgiving. I trust you possess the knowledge, experience, and resilience, not only to endure the demands of your new roles, but to serve the people of Kenya with diligence, loyalty, integrity, and compassion.
Emphasizing that he will continue to lead his government from the front lines, President Ruto said he had no regrets about the decisions he had made thus far and urged the leaders to ignore the political noise on social media platforms but focus on the work they had been given.
The difficult decisions this nation has always wanted to make and have not been made because of political expediency, I will make those decisions and pay the price if there is any to be paid. We are going to change this nation because that is what is required of us. And we must stay focused. We must stay focused. There are so many noises, but we must keep our eyes on the ball. Do not be distracted.
Geoffrey Ruku is now the new Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, taking over from Justin Muturi, who was removed from office following a public disagreement with the President on security and law enforcement issues. In the recent changes, Hannah Cheptumo was appointed Cabinet Secretary for Gender, replacing Aisha Jumwa, who has now been transferred to become the non-executive chairperson of the National Roads Board.
This is the moment. This is the administration. This broad-based government is the one that is going to deliver on universal health coverage. And I am very proud of the progress that we are making.
I, Anna Wendot Cheptumo, being appointed a Cabinet Secretary of Kenya.
However, the appointment of Ms. Cheptumo has sparked a heated debate, especially in Kericho County, where residents, particularly young people, have strongly criticized the appointment, stating that her remarks about the killing of women in the country are unbecoming of a leader who is supposed to advocate for gender issues. Audrey Cherotich, CBS Tonight.
Another addition in the government, also we have sworn in today, were 14 principal secretaries who will be instrumental in the day-to-day running of the various government ministries and departments. They include Dr. Jane Kere Imbunya, Principal Secretary, State Department for Public Service and Human Capital Development, Ministry of Public Service, Human Capital Development and Special Programs, Cyril Wagunda, Principal Secretary and State Department for Public Investments and Asset Management, National Treasury and Economic Planning, Dr. Caroline Karugu, Principal Secretary, State Department for East African Community Affairs, Ministry of East African Community Affairs and ASOS Regional Development, among others.
Subsequently, and in exercise of the powers vested in the President under Articles 152.2 and Article 155.3 of the Constitution, Your Excellency appointed the nominees as Cabinet Secretaries and Principal Secretaries.
I, Karen Achieng Agengo.
I, Jane Kere Imbunya, being called on
to exercise the functions of Principal Secretary,
do swear that, except with the authority of the President,
I will not directly or indirectly
reveal the nature or contents of any business,
proceedings, or document of the Cabinet
committed to my secrecy, except as may be required
for the due discharge of my duties as such Principal Secretary.
For the due discharge of my duties as Principal Secretary. So help me God.
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 Now, attached in the media sector, we have the National Assembly has approved the appointment of Stephen Motari Isaboke as Principal Secretary of the State Department of Broadcasting and Telecommunications. Speaker Moses Wetangula, who presided over the session, emphasized that the new PS must prioritize transparency, safeguard media freedoms, and address pending payments owed to media houses. He noted that the House anchored its approval on this condition to uphold accountability and protect the interests of the media industry.
Honourable members, I'll now put the question, which is taking into consideration the findings of the Departmental Committee on Communication, Information and Innovation in its report on the approval hearing of a nominee for appointment as Principal Secretary laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 15th April 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Article 155, 3B of the Constitution and Section 3 and 8
We are not going to work alone because we need our mothers, we need our dads, we need our grandparents on this.
Now, on the teacher sector side, we have, in a bid to seek justice, fairness, and recognition, unemployed P1 teachers from various counties across Kenya have expressed their deep frustration over employment opportunities within the Teacher Service Commission. They say despite the professionalism training, TSC registration, and the year of waiting in hope, thousands of them remain jobless, overlooked, and disillusioned. They are now calling on the government to take deliberate action and restore dignity, equity, and opportunity to P1 teachers across the country. Lillian Thine has the story.
Solidarity forever. Speaking to the press in Nairobi, the teachers drawn from all parts of the country, led by their chair Eric Ochieng, say that it is shame for the government to deny them employment, leading them to question who their employer was.
We teachers, we want to know who is the person employing teachers, because we can see the TSC has delegated their duty to the members of parliament. They are the ones who are employing teachers. So we want to know the Teachers Act, the Commissions Act, who is supposed to employ teachers.
They have added that the move by the politicians to take over the work of TSC was rendering useless, with a majority of them forced to be employed by private entities which mistreat them.
Walimu wengi wanateseka huku nje, wengine wako katika shule za binafsi ambazo tunadhulumiwa na wenye shule. Kwa hivyo tafadhali tunaomba kupata kazi.
They now want the government, through the Teacher Service Commission, to use a merit list in employment in a bid to end their misery.
I would like to request the President to uphold the Constitution the way he said. I would like the TSC to do its mandate without interference. I want TSC to employ teachers in order of the year of graduation, and let those merit lists be shown to the public, because if they are talking about data protection, when we are going for verification, they always pin our names, our TSC numbers, and our contact. But when it comes to the final merit list for employment, they don't. Now
CBS News, I'm Lillian Thine.
Now stay with us for these stories and more as we are heading for a break, but also keep engaging us at CBS News Kenya on X, Facebook, and also on YouTube. You can also share your thoughts and anything that you want to say about the news today on 0721 290 111. Let's head for a break. Stay tuned.
Looking for a trusted supplier for all your household hardware needs? Look no further than Competitive Hardware Limited. We provide top quality building materials including cement, all types of iron sheets, paints, PPR and PVC pipes, electric pipes, building grills, BRC and square till in various sizes. Need interior and finishing materials? We've got you covered with gypsum rails, marine boards, ceiling boards and tanks of all sizes. For fencing, we stock barbed wire, chain link and wire mesh. And the best part, we offer free countrywide delivery with our fleet of transit trucks and pickups. Your order arrives on time, every time. Visit us in Kitengela along Namanga Highway, opposite 411 stage, or at our branches in Kitisuru and Busia. For enquiries, call us on 020-2688-888 or 0733-666632 or 0721-923248. Competitive Hardware Limited, your reliable hardware supplier. Looking to build a better future in the Gulf, exciting job opportunities in Saudi Arabia for Kenyans. Competitive Manpower International Limited is currently recruiting for a wide range of skilled and semi-skilled positions. We are now hiring helpers for 1,200 Saudi riyals, steel fixers at 1,500 Saudi riyals, shuttering carpenters at 1,500 Saudi riyals, masons at 1,500 Saudi riyals, charge hands at 1,500 Saudi riyals, foremen at 1,800 Saudi riyals, scaffolders at 1,200 Saudi riyals, welders at 1,500 Saudi riyals, and plumbers at 1,500 Saudi riyals. Call us today on 020-222-4844 or 0721-506627 or 0733-392180. Competitive Manpower International Limited is recruiting delivery riders in the United Arab Emirates. If you have a passion for the road and a desire to work in a fast-paced environment, then this is your chance. Don't wait. Send your applications to competitivemanpower@gmail.com. Want to apply in person? Visit our offices at Kiko Road behind the Casa Hotel, KCB River Road, Nairobi. For more details, call us now on 0721-506627 or 0733-392180. Act fast, opportunities are limited. Secure your spot today and start your journey as a delivery rider in the United Arab Emirates.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned at the CBS News Kenya. Now let's head to Western Kenya. Farmers in Sirisia constituency have called on the government to increase the supply of DAP planting fertilizer to ease the hardship they are currently facing. Wafula Masika has the details that he covered over there.
Speaking at the Tamlega warehouse in Sirisia constituency, the farmers expressed their frustrations over the shortage of fertilizer. This has led to overcrowding at the facility, with many of them missing out the required quantities. They are now urging the government to act quickly to help them access the fertilizer.
Tunaona kama serikali ya Kenya itusaidie, ituletee mbolea kwa wakati. Especially cereal board ni kubwa sana, mkiona hivi. Inaweza beba mbolea nyingi sana. Lakini unakuta iko tu empty, lori nakuja 2-3, wakulima wamejaa hapa, hata wanatoka paka Maondeli. Ukiangalia Teso, pia Teso wengine wanakuja hapa. Tuko na watu wanatoka Luahaha wanakuja hapa. Sasa unakuta hii cereal board inasavu sehemu ile pana sana, lakini haiangaliwi na serikali vizuri.
They said that the urea fertilizer, which has been received in large quantities at the warehouse, is not suitable for the soil in the area. They are therefore calling on the Ministry of Agriculture to supply fertilizer that is compatible with the local soil.
Because sasa ukiwapatia mbolea 2 na anataka 20, unajua sasa naona kama umemdurumu, na hiyo sio haki kwa watu wengi. Sasa tuko kukaribia hata CN, tunataka CN ikuche kwa wingi na urea ili hawa wakulima wapate kutosheka na mbolea yenye wanataka.
They also raised concerns about the shortage of the staff at the warehouse and are asking the government to increase the number of workers there.
Ongeze wahudumu wawe wa at least 3 na ilete mbolea kwa wakati, isilete mbolea chache. Kuna nyingine kama OCP ishe mapema. Nasema pato haitaingizwa kwa system. Tunakaa hapa labda mbolea inakuja inakaa kwa siro wiki moja, ukiulizwa unasema haijawekwa kwa system.
This call has been supported by the warehouse manager Evans Nyangacha, who urged communication companies in the country to improve their services. He said the persistent network issues have disrupted the messaging system used to inform farmers, thus affecting operations in the area.
Because tuko karibu na mpaka wa Uganda, system imekuwa kero. Kwa kuwa tukitaka kuingiza kwa system, maybe system ya Uganda ina affect yetu. Sasa Vodafone unakuta mara mingi service providers lazima waangalie hapa tuko karibu na mpaka, na hiyo ndiyo inatupatia tatizo. Kama jana tulikuwa tunataka kuingiza mbolea kwa system, wakulima wanaangalia wanaona kama ni mimi nawasumbua, na ni system imetusumbua because iko chini sana.
Reporting for CBS News from Bungoma County, my name is Wafula Masika.
Let's head to the border region. The 5th edition of the Busia Border Marathon was officially launched today at the Busia County Commissioner's Office. The event, which continues to grow in popularity, aims to promote cross-border unity, healthy living, and now fun. Nagara Valerie with the details.
According to Sarah Matha, one of the members of the organizing committee of the race, which has been appreciated by the Border Marathon Foundation, athletes from both 8 sub-counties of Busia County and the neighboring countries of Uganda have registered to participate in the race, which will have various divisions.
Mbio hizi ni hafla ambayo tumekuwa tukifanya kila mwaka wakati wa Pasaka, na mwaka huu tunakaribisha awamu ya 5 ya mbio, na uzuri wa mbio hizi ni kwamba hatukimbii tu, hatuiti watu kukimbia tu, bali tunakimbia kwa sababu ya kuweza kuhamasisha watu wetu wa Busia kupata huduma za afya bure.
Busia County Assistant Commissioner Calvin Monare said that the race also aims to sensitize citizens about the effects of drug use.
Chanzo changu cha kuja haswa ni express interest yetu kama wa Kenya, wakati tuna relate pamoja na Uganda kwa hii border marathon, na haswa askini yangu ya kwamba ni kuhakikisha tunapata zile uzuri kutoka hiyo pande nyingine kuja kwetu, na tunaunda pia relations yetu between us na our neighboring country pia inaimarishwa. Kitu kingine pia, wakati tunafanya mambo ya boda, tunataka tu borrow zile positive kutoka kwa Uganda na tukuja tu embrace.
With the added fun activities, free health services and a powerful message of unity, the 5th Busia Border Marathon is shaping up to be a festival of fitness and friendship. Valerie Nagara, CBS News, Busia County.
Now they always say dreams are valid and you can start nurturing it at any time. In tonight's Community Spotlight, a story of commitment, mentorship, and a coach who refused to let injury define his future after being forced off to pitch due to a serious injury. One man is now using football as a tool to shape young lives in his community. Our reporter Onserio Makori brings us the story from Ngong, Kajiado County.
For years, Coach Brian lived and breathed football. It was more than a game. It was his passion, his purpose, and his identity. But one moment changed everything. A devastating injury brought his playing career to an abrupt halt. What could have ended him in silence sparks a new beginning. Instead of walking away from the sport he loved, Coach Brian made a bold decision to dedicate himself to the next generation. The focus, discipline, character, and a firm stand against drugs and negative influences. For many of these young boys, it is the first time they have consistent male role model, someone who believed in their potential. The impact is already being felt. In a community where peer pressure and drug are constant threats, Coach Brian is creating a safe space, a family built on respect, accountability, and teamwork. It is the kind of quiet leadership that doesn't make headlines, but it is changing lives. One practice, one pep talk, one young boy at a time. Coach Brian may no longer be playing the game, but he is winning in the truest sense of the word. Reporting from Ngong, I am Onserio Makori, CBS News.
With the youths urging their elders to support them on the move.
Now, a group of young people operating under the banner of New Generational Aspirant Summits have officially kick-started a movement aimed at uniting fellow youths who have the desire and determination to vie for political positions in the upcoming general elections. Their goal is to bring meaningful and lasting change to Kenya's political landscape, which has long been dominated by the older generation. Richard Saka with the story.
Speaking at Ufungamana House in Nairobi, the youths led by their chairman John Kiari have started a countrywide call to their fellow youths to register as voters and vie in great numbers in a bid to change the politics of this country that is being held by the old guards. They say that they as the Gen Z youths have united under one political alignment and know that it's only through the ballot that they will change the political leadership of this country.
We are coming up with our own political alignment and formation that will take power so that we implement the things that we've been asking those that currently sit to, of course, to implement those things on our behalf, because we've realized it is only us who can solve our problems. We know our problems better than them. They cannot implement, they do not have the capacity.
So as to implement some Gen Z related issues. They have vowed to field candidates from the MCA level to presidency, and their move is aimed at reclaiming this country, with the youths urging their elders to support them on the move.
We are going to elect MPs from ourselves. We are going to choose ourselves this time round, yeah? And so this is basically just a response to the advice that our elder brothers, our elder fathers like Raila Amolo Odinga gave us, that we cannot continue saying Ruto must go without an alternative. This is the alternative. I'm calling on all young people and especially women in the villages. If you are vying for that MCA seat, please come.
We are going to take power using the correct procedure, using and following the correct constitution. We are not going to work alone because we need our mothers, we need our dads, we need our grandparents on this journey.
Saka Richard, CBS News, Nairobi.
Now, you can keep engaging with us on all our social media platforms. Those are the top highlights that we had for the 9 p.m. bulletin. Let's head for a break as we welcome Isanda Nyaboke with business stories.
Looking for a trusted supplier for all your household hardware needs? Look no further than Competitive Hardware Limited. We provide top quality building materials including cement, all types of iron sheets, paints, PPR and PVC pipes, electric pipes, building grills, BRC and square till in various sizes. Need interior and finishing materials? We've got you covered with gypsum rails, marine boards, ceiling boards and tanks of all sizes. For fencing, we stock barbed wire, chain link and wire mesh. And the best part, we offer free countrywide delivery with our fleet of transit trucks and pickups. Your order arrives on time, every time. Visit us in Kitengela along Namanga Highway, opposite 411 stage, or at our branches in Kitisuru and Busia. For enquiries, call us on 020-26-88-888 or 0733-666632 or 0721-92 3248. Competitive Hardware Limited, your reliable hardware supplier. Looking to build a better future in the Gulf, exciting job opportunities in Saudi Arabia for Kenyans. Competitive Manpower International Limited is currently recruiting for a wide range of skilled and semi-skilled positions. We are now hiring helpers for 1,200 Saudi riyals, steel fixers at 1,500 Saudi riyals, shuttering carpenters at 1,500 Saudi riyals, masons at 1,500 Saudi riyals, charge hands at 1,500 Saudi riyals, foremen at 1,800 Saudi riyals, scaffolders at 1,200 Saudi riyals, welders at 1,500 Saudi riyals, and plumbers at 1,500 Saudi riyals. Call us today on 020-222-4844 or 0721-506627 or 0733-392180. Competitive Manpower International Limited is recruiting delivery riders in the United Arab Emirates. If you have a passion for the road and a desire to work in a fast-paced environment, then this is your chance. Don't wait. Send your applications to competitivemanpower@gmail.com. Want to apply in person? Visit our offices at Kiko Road behind the Casa Hotel, KCB River Road, Nairobi. For more details, call us now on 0721 506627 or 0733 392180. Act Fast opportunities are limited. Secure your spot today and start your journey as a delivery rider in the United Arab Emirates. Good evening, and let us get into the money moves. From bold investments to breaking deals, I am Isanda Nyaboke, and here's what's shaping business today. President William Ruto has officially returned the Conflict of Interest Bill 2025 to Parliament, urging lawmakers to introduce more robust provisions that promote transparency, strict enforcement, and accountability in public service. The president emphasized that while the bill addresses important ethical issues, it fails to meet the high constitutional standards required to combat corruption effectively. He made it clear that he will not assent to any version that lacks strong safeguards against abuse of power. At the same time, President Ruto signed into law the Excess Duty Amendment Bill 2025, which removes the 25% excess duty on import electric transformers and their components. This move is intended to make electricity connections more affordable for Kenyan households and businesses. Considering that a single transformer costs between 200,000 Kenyan shillings and 500,000 Kenyan shillings, and that is the average household electricity connection cost around 35,000 Kenyan shillings, this tax relief is expected to directly lower power installation costs. With Kenya Power and Lighting Company requiring over 5,000 transformers each year to expand the grid and replace old equipment, the decision is seen as a critical step in strengthening energy infrastructure and improving supply reliability across the country. On to the next story. Bamburi Cement has announced its audited financial results for the year ending December 31st, 2024. The company reported a revenue of 38.5 billion Kenyan shillings, representing a 5% increase from the 36.7 billion in 2023. The improvement is attributed to a steady rise in demand for cement driven by construction activity and targeted pricing strategies. However, net profit declined by 12% to 3.1 billion Kenyan shillings compared to 3.5 billion Kenyan shillings last year. This drop is mainly due to rising production costs and heightened competition in the marketplace, and the company's earnings per share also fell to 8.20 Kenyan shillings from 9.30, indicating the impact on shareholder returns. Despite the decline in profits, the board has proposed a dividend of 3.50 Kenyan shillings per share, subject to approval at the annual general meeting. Going forward, Bamburi Cement plans to invest in energy-efficient technologies, diversify its product range, and leverage the new majority ownership by Tanzania's Amson Industries to strengthen its regional position and also sustain growth. Now, on to the next story. Kenya and Uganda have jointly launched the construction of the Angololo Multipurpose Dam, a 7 billion Kenyan shilling project aimed at tackling multiple development goals across the border region. The project, which will be implemented in Teso North, Busia County, is expected to supply clean drinking water, support irrigation for over 3,300 hectares, and generate 1.7 megawatts of electricity. On completion, the dam will benefit over 127,000 people by enhancing agricultural productivity, securing water access, and improving energy availability in underserved areas. The project received a major boost after a recent visit by President Ruto to Busia, followed by the signing ceremony led by Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Professor Eric Mugaa, who mobilized leaders from both countries to officially endorse the initiative.
Malakisi Basin can actually hold that water, and a dam is feasible in that region. Today marks a key milestone in the process of actually actualizing the project, whereby for us to resource mobilize, we need to sign a bilateral commitment agreement between our neighbors Uganda and ourselves Kenya.
Now on to the next story. A bitter land dispute is unfolding in Nandi County, where residents have occupied a section of a tea plantation owned by Eastern Produce Kenya, a subsidiary of the UK-based Camilla PLC. Locals claim that 350 acres were gifted to them by the government in 1986, while EPK insists that only 202 acres were legally transferred. The contested land, valued at over 525 million Kenyan shillings, is strategically important to the tea sector, a key export driver for the country. The tensions come at a time when global trade is under strain, with the United States reintroducing tariffs on some agricultural imports under the President Donald Trump's administration, adding uncertainty for African exporters. While Kenya's main tea markets, Pakistan, Egypt, and the UK remain stable, the combination of local land pressures and global trade risks could affect export volumes and revenue. Local traders are calling for dialogue and legal resolution to avoid escalation and safeguard the sector's stability. The government of Kenya has secured a 80 billion Kenyan shilling short-term loan from a consortium of commercial banks to finance national road construction and rehabilitation projects. The loan, which will be repaid using future fuel levy collections, is strategically structured to avoid further straining the national budget. This financing comes at a time when Kenya is facing fiscal pressures from slow tax collection growth and high public debt servicing. And strengthen key transport corridors, crucial for trade and economic development. The government is banking on the initiative to spur job creation, support local suppliers, and catalyze economic growth in urban and rural areas alike. And that is your quick look at the world of business, where every number tells a story. I am Isanda Nyaboke. See you tomorrow for the business roundup here at CBS News. Smart business, smart you.
Now that's all that we had for 9 p.m. Bulletin News tonight. Thank you for choosing to stay with us, to be informed with us. We wish you a peaceful and restful night. Join us again tomorrow for more news updates. Have a restful night and thank you.
Looking for a trusted supplier for all your household hardware needs? Look no further than Competitive Hardware Limited. We provide top quality building materials including cement, all types of iron sheets, paints, PPR and PVC pipes, electric pipes, building grills, BRC and square till in various sizes. Need interior and finishing materials? We've got you covered with gypsum, gypsum rails, marine boards, ceiling boards and tanks of all sizes. For fencing, we stock barbed wire, chain link and wire mesh. And the best part, we offer free countrywide delivery with our fleet of transit trucks and pickups. Your order arrives on time, every time. Visit us in Kitengela along Namanga Highway, opposite 411 stage, or at our branches in Kitisuru and Busia. For enquiries, call us on 020-26-88-888 or 0733-666632 or 0721-923248. Competitive Hardware Limited, your reliable hardware supplier. Looking to build a better future in the Gulf, exciting job opportunities in Saudi Arabia for Kenyans. Competitive Manpower International Limited is currently recruiting for a wide range of skilled and semi-skilled positions. We are now hiring helpers for 1,200 Saudi riyals, steel fixers at 1,500 Saudi riyals, shuttering carpenters at 1,500 Saudi riyals, masons at 1,500 Saudi riyals, charge hands at 1,500 Saudi riyals, foremen at 1,800 Saudi riyals, scaffolders at 1,200 Saudi riyals, welders at 1,500 Saudi riyals, and plumbers at 1,500 Saudi riyals. Call us today on 020-222-4844 or 0721-506627 or 0733-392180. Competitive Manpower International Limited is recruiting delivery riders in the United Arab Emirates. If you have a passion for the road and a desire to work in a fast-paced environment, then this is your chance. Don't wait. Send your applications to competitivemanpower@gmail.com. Want to apply in person? Visit our offices at Kiko Road behind the Casa Hotel, KCB River Road, Nairobi. For more details, call us now on 0721-506627 or 0733-392180. Act fast, opportunities are limited. Secure your spot today and start your journey as a delivery rider in the United Arab Emirates.